Welcome back, channel fans. Today I have the pleasure of bringing you a new slug, something I've been testing for a little while. I actually haven't been testing this weight, but I have been testing the slugs themselves in 31 grain. You've seen probably quite a few things pests perish on this channel. From those slugs. But today I have a different one that is not available to the public. Still testing these. I have the Approximator 23, and I told him I wanted a 23 grain because you can push a 23 grain with a pretty stock gun. So you can get these things going, you know, whatever, 980 feet per second or something, from a stock gun with a stock tune. Mine isn't that. I have a softer valve spring in mine. I have a firmer hammer spring in mine, and I'm running 170 bar in mine. But I'll also send these things at over 1200 feet per second if I crank it. So I'm shooting these things right at about 1000 feet per second. I don't have like the greatest tune for them. My gun isn't tuned for them, but I just kind of got myself into that range, and they seem to like to shoot right in that 1000 feet per second range. Shot them about 980 to about 1010, and that's been my sweet spot so far. So I'm still experimenting with these, and you can see that they didn't have the label and stuff when I started getting them. So this is the prototype label, we'll call it. And that just shows me which what I've got in what tins. I'm not sure if the ones that come out kind of for sale for the public will have the same hollow point that I'm using here. This is the precision hollow point. It's a smaller hollow point. Might come with the bigger hollow point, 2.5 millimeter hollow point, I think it is. I'm shooting this smaller hollow point, precision hollow point, and I've also been using that in the 31 grain. That is probably my favorite projectile. They shoot really, really awesome, but I'm not demonstrating that today. The wound channel on the small hollow point is crazy. It has a bigger entrance hole than it does an exit hole, which is pretty wild. I'm excited to try these, so you're going to come along with me, and we are going to shoot some of these. Like I said, I don't have a tune for these, and so you're just watching along as I shoot these at 1000 feet per second in their prototype form. Maybe a short time after this video comes out, they will be available for you to buy. If you're watching this video, you could check the links down below. There might be a link to buy them down there. I don't know. I don't even know if they're going to come out, but we're going to test them today. Okay, camera's running. We're at 50 yards, and we've got some stuff set up down there. I will turn the other camera on here real quick for you. Okay, at 50 yards, you can see down there, I've got some spinners. I got some cans. I've got a target there that I threw some sighters at, so you can see my sighters here. Not too shabby. That's a 1-inch shoot and see, so sighting it in, we are, you know, sub-inch. And this one, I was changing hammer spring stuff, and there's a bunch in the middle there, and then I had a couple below and above where the speeds were about 50 feet per second apart. Then that was kind of my little final sighter group before I turned the camera on, and that there is probably sub ½ inch, and anything that it did is basically me wiggling. The gun's been sitting cold, so we're gonna see how it does. Should be somewhere around 1015 feet per second. First shot might be a little slow.
1001.
Okay, like I said, I think that's going to be a little bit slow.
1007. 1012. 1016. 1022. 1018. 1007. 1008.
looked like it had kind of a couple little flyers in there. Like I said, I don't have a great tune. I don't even know if this is the right speed. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more consistent than that. But gun's been sitting, it's sunny, it's been baking the bottle in the sun and stuff. So that was 9 shots right there at an average of 1,014. That's actually not a bad group. That's a 3-inch shoot and see, and with the exception of the 2 little flyers there, maybe my barrel's dirty or something, but you can see the majority of those were right there, real tight, within that kind of 1 inch there, and that's as good as basically anything else that I shoot. These are going to be really good for taking out pests. Like I said, I've shot stuff with the same hollow point, and it is absolutely devastating what it does to these things. So let's shoot some more reactive kind of targets here. Okay, I've got you guys down range, and we're gonna shoot some reactive targets. So let's go for one of these oranges first. These aren't oranges, sorry, these are lemons. And that's going to be about the size of a body cavity of like a squirrel or a mongoose or something like that. They should be a little bit softer, more like flesh. Oh, you hear that pop? That sounded just like hitting a critter. Oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome. They're going about 1,015 feet per second. That's 50 yards hitting those things.
1,000.
Oh! 1,007 on that one. Let's stick one on the spinner there just so we can see where we're hitting.
1,018.
Oh, looks like we're pretty much right there. 1,018. Oops, I ran out of slugs here. Alright, we're back in business. This can would represent a fat squirrel.
1,000.
Oh,
1,000.
so that was Play-Doh. I was curious to see what that did. And this is going to be a pretty good representative of the size of a critter that we would shoot with something like this 23 grain.
1,017.
Whoa! I don't even know where that thing went. Wow! This is a 1.5 inch spinner.
1,000.
Drilled it. Drilled it. That's a 1.5 inch spinner as well.
1,000.
Ooh, drilled it. A little bit low on that one. It was probably me. And here is a gong at 57 yards. I'm going to aim just to the top of that little paint spot. 1,018 feet per second. Nice. Nice. All right, we're heading down range. And like I said, it is windy today, so you guys saw that in the wind. And like I said, I don't have any fancy kestrels or anything like that, but I've got cans hanging in the trees and they're blowing around. Now we are on the scene, and let's see what kind of carnage these things did. So here is our water can, and that's, not super exciting. Just punched a hole straight through there. We'll roll into the Play-Doh. Here's that group I shot for you. You can see, here's my thumb. Like I said, I'm not tuned specifically for these things. I've shot, I don't know, maybe 60 of them or something. I've had them group tighter than that. I've had them, group bigger. I was trying to shoot them at 1,100 feet per second, and they didn't like to go that high. Here is our Play-Doh container, which looks like I got kind of I hit it pretty center, but it just blew it out. I was expecting the density of that Play-Doh to do a little bit better. I'm going to experiment with that a little bit more. Here are our lemons. Pretty much just ate the center right out of this thing. There is, yeah, I don't know where's entrance and where's exit. I'm thinking that that's the entrance right there. And this one, it pretty much just peeled it apart. So these slugs, sometimes when they shoot birds, if you shoot them fast enough, you know, in that 1100 feet per second range, with the little bit heavier ones, it pretty much vaporizes the birds. All there's left is feathers. And this is our mock mongoose right here. Looks like it popped the can. There's an exit hole, and there's an entry hole. Well, it definitely does more exciting things than that when it hits like a fleshy type thing. These doesn't look like they open real well when they hit something hard like that. But you can see what it did to these, and you could hear the pop in the video. And wow, look, the other one's all the way over here. What's left of it completely explodes that soft tissue stuff. Get it here in the light where you can actually see it. That's all that I can find of that lemon. The rest of it's completely gone. Okay, so I'm gonna go do some hunting with these things, and we'll see if we can't get some live ballistics for you. I thought I was gonna have one earlier when I was sighting it in, but it didn't stick around. So I gotta go do a little bit more work and see if I can catch you something on film. But I think those lemons are a pretty good representation of what these things can do. Almost certainly you'll see the 31 grains for sale. I'm pretty much done with my testing on those. They're absolutely fantastic. They are probably below in the links, so if you want to try them out, I am absolutely thrilled. I've compared them next to the NSA 31s. I've shot them next to 25 grain knockouts at a variety of ranges and a variety of barrels. They've done extremely well, but stay tuned for that video, or I'll have a link to that other video because I'm going to make their own video about that. This is a 23 grain video. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Those things are awesome. And like I said, these 23 grain are something that you can shoot in stock guns. You don't have to have a modified gun to push the 23s. It's a little bit harder to push 25s in a stock gun. You can get them going, like in this M4. I think I had them going like 1,014 when I had my gun stock. But these lighter ones, it's easier to push. So if you have a pellet tune on your gun, which is kind of what I do have, I run such high reg pressures that I can shoot slugs and stuff too. But it was kind of tuned for 14 grain pellets, funny enough, and I'm getting easily pushing these things. That shot string was 10 shots at an average of 1,016, and you guys saw what it did to that stuff that I shot. So pretty rad. Like I said, depending on when you're seeing this video, these may or may not be available, may or may not ever come out to the public, but I wanted to show you, and you can check down in the links below to see if they're for sale. Yeah, pretty rad. Glad I got to test them. I'm basically the primary tester for these things, and I've been having fun getting some ballistic data out of them. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.